Nuovarden is a dimension of wide-open mystery and infinite discovery created by our very own DungeonMisterTy and published by Adventure Slang Productions. You can learn all about this dynamic game system and wondrous setting at adventureslang.com.
We find the party mid-fight as pirates from the penumbral mirror jump through yet another planar doorway. We learn that for the past 3 phases, the heroes have fought intruders from such doorways 5 times, and 5 times have closed these gates by shutting the doorway and collecting an odd egg-sized anchor stone, apparently designed to hold the door open in the absence of its manifester. And so engaged in the current fight, exhausted and out of supplies, the allies rejoice at the appearance of their companion Sif, the avian Kaku. With hardly a moment to notice, their prior companion descended with power and a noticeably muscular form. Sif's talons shimmered with bright green tips from a fitted weapon of some sort. Quickly, the explorers dispatched their foes by means of banishment through the doorway, closing it on the unfortunate pirates, leaving the captain and final thug to perish against the overwhelming odds. A lengthy reunion ensued, and Sif and Vajvahan met for the first time. Sif then led the allies to the great city of Plak, the largest post-emergence land Plak settlement and ancestral homeland of the Thorn family. Sif checked them into the Torrential Chalice, an inexpensive inn run by a Lenai named Blustervoice, and at last the group enjoyed a proper repose. The next phase, the party met with the Governor's Council, Mother Governor Norish Tornplak, and Father Governor Korkal Gonal, Harvester Captain Jarmo Kalnink, Vardian Captain Athit Turlak, Merchant and Guild Overseer Therdella, and Iricinius, a Starnum in possession of an Ismu. There they recounted their trials in the elemental dimension of Umult. The allies learn that Isha is a member of the Poison Sweehens, one of 2 fighting factions of spies and assassins within Plak. After a period of question and exchange, including delivery of the majority of the anchor stones, the party is temporarily dismissed in order for the council to discuss their next steps. Here we find the group standing outside the entrance of the Creator's Legacy Hall in contemplation of their next steps over the next few phases. The next 1,000 breaths. Standing outside the Legacy Hall, you consider your free time for the next while. What do you do?
If you seem to know this place better than the rest of us, would you care to recommend somewhere where we could see something of interest, some history perhaps, something that might help us? Or do we intend to dive into this investigation maybe on our own?
I leave it up to you. This entire... He just looks around. This entire area is history. It is... Looks at Vajrahan. It is old. Older than I have ever seen anything. So...
Pre-emergence, yes, Kava? These imageries from your people's distant past?
Yes, these are pre-emergence.
And even, I believe, post-emergence, but only just after. I think there are places here that are, well, the founding of this place. They still whisper. It is up to all of you what you would like to do. I am at an end of my help. I was spending most of my time finding you.
And we're glad that you did, Sif. You came at the exact right time when we needed you most.
Well, it helped. I knew you were still alive.
Yes. Unfortunately, not all of us made it through. I'll tell you, for my part, and I will defer to the group, of course, you are my closest allies and my closest friends. But for my part, I do not feel right about waiting for the council's decision or guidance or whatever they come up with. I think it would behoove us to do a bit of our own digging. These poisoning Swehens people, perhaps we could investigate that.
Vajvahan continues to gander over at the wall with the markings that we identified as the Swehens. And I think, Sif, you had said they were all over the city, correct?
I mean, you'll find them in various locations, in various states. It's just the nature of their...
We have to clarify, though, the markings that Sif showed you were at the torrential chalice.
Right.
What you're standing in front of is a tremendous mural.
Right, the mural.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. I was referring, back to the chalice. The chalice at the palace. Sorry.
Yes.
But we could go back to the chalice if you wish to see these symbols.
Not so much see them. I'm not curious. Do they point their way? True.
That is
the poison Swehens.
That is something I have no idea.
Perhaps if we stroll about, we may see more of these markings that could give us some sort of clue as to a path towards discovery.
Not a bad idea. Let's keep our eyes out. Is there anything we need from the markets?
Do you have
I myself am out of tinctures, but I have these. And Vajrahan pulls out two waterous orb stones, elemental stones from his pocket. I'm really not sure how much they're worth. I mean, such things are really quite irrelevant, but if they can get us some amount of coin, perhaps, or trade, we can resupply.
I would hazard that has some value. Those look rather impressive.
I know, Zorik, you have quite a bit, and Kava, you also with your pauldron and sword. But it would be good to replenish our tinctures and perhaps see what else is here in Plug. And perhaps in the market we might see more of these symbols.
What did you have again, Vajrahan?
They are water elemental orbs. I think they're both value 10. So they're quite valuable.
Kava's gonna look at you when you pull them out. Can I see one of those?
Absolutely. They've just been weighing down my satchel. He hands you one.
Thank you. I would like to try something, if you'll humor me, everyone.
Of course.
Kind of like a mystic, she's going to start running her hand around the ball, and she's going to attempt scry on Isha, possibly conjuring up an image of like where they might be.
Ooh.
Please give me a called roll mystery at increased difficulty.
Oh, chicken nuggets. Okay, so that's a 4 and a 3. What happens if I make that a double 4? Does high success work?
Yeah.
Yes, high success would work. You could also make a 4 to a 5 either way.
Okay, high
Double
success
4s gets
over-
you a bonus though, like a
Recovery.
extra IS or recovery. Yes, that's right.
Yeah, you could spend one and get it right back, basically.
Yeah.
I shall do that then.
All right. As this is the first time you've ever scried, I think.
It is.
Yeah. And as you stare into the window that opens to your vision, there's like a watery background, almost as if you're looking out over a blue lake or sea. And superimposed over that image is a note of emptiness, as if something is there by not being present. That's the way that you're interpreting it. It actually seems like the water has something to do with the location of this masked, which must be Isha, because that's what you're looking for. But you cannot actually see or hear anything. It's as if by not being able to identify or to see Isha, you have found them, but you can't see them. There's something else at work blocking more information, but it can't entirely prevent you from detecting their presence. So they are here in this dimension, but where exactly, it seems to have something to do with water.
In that moment, my hand stops moving. It clasps onto the orb. They see like shifting light. My eyes are like shifting behind my eyelids. She's here in this plane near water. That's all I can see. My hand lets go.
Water, you say?
She?
Isha. Sorry,
Oh,
I know that Zorik is hellbent on finding her, so I figured I might try something, and I think I found her.
Vajrahan's looking at his orb and like taps on it a couple of times. Interesting.
I just wanted to use it as a conduit. I was hoping that it might portray the image to you all, but it's not a perfect science. Do you want me to keep this, or would you like this back?
Either way, I think it is valuable in trade, although if you're able to use it to...
We should keep it. At least one of them.
Certainly.
Were you, Kava, were you able to decipher fresh water or seawater?
That's a great question, Ty.
It wasn't the Green Sea, so it must have been freshwater. Probably a lake, if not a massive river with a pool, but probably a lake.
Perhaps if we keep one of these items, we could try again. I feel like maybe we could combine our efforts. I mean, I am only just beginning to understand the manifestation, but I feel as though with Vajvahan, myself, and Kava, we could perhaps amplify each other's effect in some way.
Well, there
I
are
would
more...
like to know where they are. If they are in this realm, if they are in this town, I would like to know that.
I don't think there's enough water here for it to be that effective to what Kava saw.
The only two bodies of water that I could think of are Healer's Respite or Lakilal.
That is also my thought. And I don't believe it would be Heroes. I don't think it would be the Respite. My instinct is Pakilal.
Perhaps if we find out this poison Sui and see if they have connections in one of these lake areas.
That is a good idea.
Yes.
I could narrow it down.
Finding these poison Suihins is going to be difficult, though. They do not advertise themselves necessarily beyond, again, the markings that are plastered at various areas.
Perhaps we can have them find us then.
I was just thinking the same thing. What do they want? What do they need? What do they require? Information. Why don't we start a rumor mill in hopes it leads them to us?
Might I suggest the dimensional door stops? If they are connected with Isha, perhaps they know about them and would want them? We could entice them out.
I do have a small reservation there. If for whatever reason they do get their hands on any of the stones that you two kept, we would be, in a sense, crossing the council.
I'm okay with that, if it means that we get to the bottom of this.
Zorek, your passion, I don't remember it, but I do like it. What I would say is we cannot burn bridges we have just built. It is counterproductive.
What if we did this? We could walk through the market. I could brandish the stone publicly. And so a mischievous idea of where it might be, of where I might be staying. Then word perhaps trickles down, and they come looking, and we set a trap.
I like where this is going, Vajrahan. I think as well we could perhaps use our influence of the mind to plant additional seeds that this would potentially be valuable to the poisoned Suihens, and that even an innocent who may know of them would be willing to communicate our presence and what we have in our possession.
Agreed. They are clearly present here, and they likely have ears in many places.
Yes. I think something like that might work. I think the only thing
Are you comfortable with that, Sif? I mean, your point about the bridges being burnt is a good one.
I think we must avoid this specifically. We must avoid speaking directly about what we have told the council.
I can agree to that.
So perhaps a magic stone versus a dimensional doorstop.
And perhaps the thought or the notion that it was once in the possession of someone very powerful.
Yes, I like that. Yes. That is a rumor that is filled with all kinds of inconsistencies with what we reported, so it cannot be tracked to us divulging information we've already given in council. I like
Indeed.
this, yes.
Sif, I'm going to kind of just reach up and grab your shoulder gently. My friend,
flex a little.
You've grown. You've filled in quite nicely. My friend, I do not mean to inflame controversy with your council and endanger whatever alliances that you've made here. The passion that you speak of, there's a fire that burns in my gut. A fire that is fueled by my desire to get to the bottom of Isha's treachery. And I may, at times, be clouded in my judgment. I look to you and the others for counsel in those times and in those moments of my weakness. But I will tell you, if the opportunity arises, I will do whatever it takes to strike down Isha.
I will put my hand on your shoulder. and not with the claws. And I will say, Zorik, you are new to hunting. You are like I was when I was hatched. You are full of energy for the fight and the hunt. But one does not hunt by charging forward. One hunts by being crafty and outsmarting your prey. We must outsmart Isha, not outforce her.
Indeed.
So,
on that, we can agree.
Good.
Behind Sif, Kava's going, I don't think this is Sif. And then Sif turns and Kava's like,
Yeah. Right.
So,
Yes.
where shall we direct?
Yes.
Perhaps the sea hands
I think.
to find us.
Well, there are several places I think we could cover. The Merchants District, of course. What?
But we
What
wouldn't
if
want
we
to
did this?
confront them in the Merchants District. We want to plant the seed there, perhaps, and direct them somewhere discreet.
Why don't we hit both of the markets? So, I don't want to split us up, but there are two good markets we could walk through. So, one could go to Sconset Market, and one group could go to Bridge Market, and then we could meet back at the Chalice, perhaps. You each have a stone, and he points at Vajrahan and Zorik. You each have a stone, so we could. Vajrahan, you could espouse this magic stone as you walk, sort of wondering about it, and Zorik, you could sing or make music.
I think it is also possible for I and Zorik to brandish the stone without even possessing it.
You've lost me there.
I'm going to attempt to manifest the stone in Sif's mind in my other hand to duplicate it.
Oh.
It does not work, so that's 2-1. I'm just like, and my hand's empty.
Still learning it.
Am I missing something?
Yes. Well, perhaps I'll just carry it.
All right. Do we agree to split up and then meet back? I don't want to walk away from friends, but this seems like the best way to get a larger pool of hit listeners.
Indeed, I believe that to be prudent in planting the seed of this rumor, and that we are staying at the. What is the name of the chalice? Tarnished. The Chalice Palace.
The Torrential Chalice.
The Torrential Chalice. Will that be a safe place if someone should come to inquire? Will it be defensible?
I mean, Bluster will probably be excited by any excitement. They do get bored. I think it
perfect.
Yeah, I think it would be fine. I don't see. Buster Voice is a kind of Lenai that how to put this? He is this the Lenai. Well, I'll put it simply. Bluster likes things breaking and smashing as long as it's not the chalice. So I think if we don't break the chalice, it'll be fine.
Vajrahan, are you going to do anything about that high failure on your manifestation, or shall I roll?
Yeah, I'll bump it to a 2, regain primacy.
Okay.
It was a 2-1, so yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Carry on.
Hey, thank you so much, you guys, for the hype train and all of the follows and subs. Appreciate you very much. Hype train.
Then I believe Kava has one stone and I another. Kava should go with somebody, one with me. We make our way. Zorik, you have the ability, to plant ideas into minds. Perhaps you go with Kava, and Sif comes with me.
I am
Sounds like
all right with this.
Plan.
Excellent.
The stones we're talking about are the elemental stones or the planar door stops?
The planar door. Yeah.
Neither, Ty. They are the magic stones.
Yes, the magic stones. Yeah.
The magic stones. But they're the planar doorway things here.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Zorik had one. Vajrahan has one.
Right.
Oh yes, Zorik. I'm sorry. I was thinking of the elemental stone when I said Kava.
Okay,
That's right.
Got it. As you're standing around talking, there's a single peal of a bell. It's the first time you've heard a bell in Plaque Plaque, except for you, Sif. You heard it one other time.
And it meant.
I don't know if you know.
Can I roll lore to see if I know?
Yeah, why don't you do that? Please.
Hey, a 4 and a 2. All right.
The dice that never fail. Let me see.
Except when I'm trying to defend myself.
The time that you heard it, you asked Bluster about it, and they told you that there is an old bell house that is a ruin in the High Bell district that is reputed to be haunted by a long-forgotten Lamplack elder, and it still has an intact bell in the belfry, and sometimes it just rings.
Oh. Yeah, so I don't flinch then. I'm just like, da-da-da.
What does that bell mean, Sif?
It is an old rumor, a story of. It's a ghost story. There's an area to our north that is the High Bell district, and there's a single bell in a tower. And sometimes it rings with no explanation, except perhaps, the spirit of a long-dead Lamplack elder likes the sound and rings the bell. Or it's a warning, and we're all going to die. Either way, it's fun.
Bluster Voice did tell you that the bell would be used for alarm if needed, but it would be more than the single peal that everyone
Right.
hears every so often.
Right, but Sif's just like, yeah, or we're all gonna die. It's fine. We're good.
Oh,
An alarm would be more than just the single.
It doesn't
it would be
appear that
it would
that
still
many
be
of-
ringing.
many of the residents are too concerned as I look around and people are just
Yeah.
doing their thing.
Since you did look around, you do notice that one or two people stop and listen and then laugh to each other and continue their conversation and seem to acknowledge a bit gleefully.
Well then, split up, return in 2,000 breaths, perhaps, to the torrential chalice.
Yes, I think that will be sufficient. I hope for spreading. There is every likelihood that the poison Swehens will be waiting for us. So
How will we know them when we see them, Sif?
if they let us know them, that is all I think we will be able to do.
oh, great.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, Sif, you've only been in town
Yeah.
not all that long.
Not all that long. I'm just like, I don't know any.
Good luck, everybody.
I've never met any. I've seen a few of their signs.
So, you have the Bridge Market, there's the Watchers Market, and there's the Sconce Market. Who is going to which?
Kava, where would you like to go?
Sith, lead the way.
We'll go to the Bridge Market. You two can pick which. I forgot the Watchers Market.
I like the word sconce, so we're gonna go to that one.
Oh.
Sconce. That's funny to say.
That'll cover both sides of the river. So.
Okay.
All right, so Takava and
Zorik, we're going to
All right.
Sconce.
Vajrahan and Sif head to the Bridge Market. All right. The Bridge Market is Well, actually, the sconce market's a little bit closer. So we
Yeah.
will go with Kava and Zorik. So as you are walking through the city, you move from the Creator's Legacy Hall to the west, south of the Teachers Grove district, through the, and also south of the Misty Moor borough, toward the Merchants District, and then work your way toward the Sconce Market. Is there anything in particular that you're doing or discussing as you move? And are you being covert in any of your discussion, or are you being open in what it is that you're discussing?
Oh, that's a great question. Zorik, do you want to be open or discreet?
I think we can be open about the fact that we have a powerful relic, or powerful item that we're trying to basically plant the seed that was once wielded by a powerful individual, and that it's probably of great value to anyone who would be looking for an edge up in local politics, or I don't know. I'm not exactly sure what the message is, but something along those lines. I kind of want to use telepathic communication to like plant the seed in people's minds that they should, it's their thought coming to them sort of naturally, but the thought is I should inform the poison swehens about this. And we'll also drop that we are staying at the torrential chalice.
So with that being said, Kava will walk up to like one of the nearest merchants and be like, "Hi, hello. Do you have a moment?"
All right. The first merchant that you approach is, wrong document. There's a Wotan wearing a fine blue sash and numerous rings. And this Wotan has all sorts of sealed ceramic figurines and little automatons that have a pretty small, like a thumb size elemental stone set in them, as well as a series of bejeweled nav lenses. And this figure has 2 arms, 2 legs. They have a very well-made faceplate that has an overgenerous smile that gives it a little extra uncanniness, and 2 eyes that move independently in the sockets, which is an unusually ornate or complex design for Wotan. And you approach. I'm Waymaker. This one always has time for curious purveyors of wares. Are you looking for tinctures? Are you looking for toys? Are you looking for bejeweled nav lenses? What is it you seek?
I seek, and she leans in a little closer but speaks loudly enough, like not trying to hide it at all. I seek somebody to maybe buy or procure this item off of me. And she shows it to them again, not trying to hide it at all, but pretending like she's hiding it. Would you by chance know of anybody who would be interested in something like this? And then she covers it back up and kind of puts it to her side again.
Now, again, to clarify, is that Vajrahan's elemental stone, or is that Zorik's doorstop?
Oh, that's a great question, because we have both. I will do the round stone that I took from Vajrahan, since that's already on my person.
The Wotan says, well, you don't need to be quite so secretive, but that would be something I could find great application for if you are in the business of exchange, or what do you want for it?
Well, we could either do a trade for some item or maybe some information, but we're looking for... And then real quick, telepathically to Zorik, because you did a telepathic connection between you and me too, though, right?
Well, you would have to have mine to initiate it. Do you have mine?
Chicken nuggets. I don't think I do. Hold up. Wait a minute.
No, you
Nope,
can't, because you have body.
Meh. Sadness resolves. Okay. Well, then I'll just kind of like look at Zorik.
Perhaps you'd be interested in something more powerful. and I will pull out the interdimensional stone. And I will say, this is something that we found in our travels that was once wielded by a very powerful individual. It is of other dimensions.
I don't recognize that. Or, yes, I would be interested in an exchange. How much are you asking for? What sort of value do you think it holds?
Well, that is the challenge for us as we seek to do trade in this fair city of yours, that we are unclear of its true value. It is quite powerful and unlike anything, as you said, that has been seen.
They raise their little 3-fingered hand and they tap the top of the counter. Doo-doo. Would you mind setting it down and let me examine it, hands off, just a little bit more clearly? And they bring a monocle gem scope over one eye.
And while he's doing this, Kava is kind of like taking security guard movements, like scanning left and right. Also, not just looking to make sure nobody's going to jump on the stone, but also looking to see if anybody's watching or paying attention to us.
You can make a call roll body to do that, please.
While you do that, I'll answer after you.
Do you mind putting it down so I can examine it?
Yes, I have been. It has been mentioned to me as I set it down on the table that some sort of merchants guild. What was it, Kava? The poison Sweehens might be particularly interested in something of such immense power.
Well, I can tell you that that is a very interesting item. If you, the poison Sweehens, the poison Sweehens are not a merchant's guild.
Oh,
So, but if this is what the sort of business we're in, I'll wish you a good day.
very well. I'm sorry that you're not interested, and I will pull the stone back.
I lean over, though, and I say, again, somewhat loudly, but if you change your mind or you by chance know any information, you can find us. And I forgot the name, but I give them the location of where
Torrential
we're staying
Chalice.
at right now. There we go. The
It keeps
Torrential
slipping out.
Palace.
Yeah.
As you pull the stone away, the Wotan puts their 3-fingered hand on your hand, but not on the stone itself, just at your wrist. Yes, Tazoric, I caution you, asking such questions and then telling others where to find you.
Oh,
Take
Are
that
these-
for what it's worth.
are these Sweehens dangerous?
Yes, in a word.
Ooh. Well, then we have been misled, I believe. We were
Oh, no,
told
we
that
should
they
head
were.
back. Sorry.
We were told that they would have a great interest in this, but we were not under the impression that they were of a criminal intent.
I prefer not to discuss them.
Well, I
But-
will ask you one more question if you would entertain it,
Okay.
and I'll kind of do the same sort of thing, looking around to be discreet. If we were to avoid a particular part of the city, to avoid contact with the Sweehens, where would we avoid?
Well, the guards. Probably parts of the Highbell district. But avoiding such entities, such individuals within the city is not. It's not so large that there's not reach, if you know what I mean.
So are you saying that they are perhaps everywhere?
Well, this one could not necessarily even say that these aren't part of the trail of information, if you know what this one means. But this one has said too much. Really, I wish I could do business with you. I am very interested in what you do proffer there. But if it is connected in any way with these sorts of enterprises that this one mentions, then this one is not interested. Thank you.
Understood. We meant no offense to your integrity.
I do encourage you because these obviously are visitors to Black. Mind
Indeed.
your safety and what you ask and what you reveal.
Well said. Thank you kindly. And as I turn away, I'm going to try to telepathically plant an idea in this individual's head to inform his Sweehen contact, should he have one, of this item in our location of repose.
All right. While you roll that, Kava, what did you get on your observation? Give me it.
I got double 2s, so I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm actually, you know what?
I'll tell you what.
Did my...
If you got double 2s, you can take the alert feat and
Oh.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, I'd love that. That's awesome.
Or alert feat, the alert
Status
effect, yeah.
Yes, please and thank you.
You're paying real close attention, but it doesn't seem that anyone has paused or is paying any particular attention to your discussion. And you did catch too that the merchant was being careful about the level of their own voice in this discussion. Zork, what did you get with your mind?
I rolled a 4 and a 1.
All right, let me give it a challenge. My dice are unfriendly.
To you or to us? Clarify, please.
To my players. And yes, you tried to plant this idea, and
could I bump
the
it?
Merchant. Oh, did you roll that? Yes, you could actually.
Yeah, I'd like to bump it to a 5.
Okay, very well. You do that. And with the seed so planted, depart from this merchant.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Meanwhile, Vajvahan and Sif, you work your way toward the, you have to get the name of it again. Yes, the bridge market. It takes you a little bit longer to get up that way as you have your option of passing through the Ancestors' Ward or crossing over to the northern bridge past the Groffcourt Village, which is more direct.
Yeah, we'll go north through the Groffcourt Village.
All right, passing through Groffcourt.
Sif. While we walk through the market, perhaps it would be good to pay attention if any stalls of merchants has the symbol. Even subtly engraved somewhere. Perhaps we stop at those.
Yes, I will keep an eye out. That is a good plan. I don't mean to be insensitive, but do you think you could use your other eyes to look back at something? I don't know what you can look at, so I'm wondering if you can look at anything.
In a way, however, it's far more difficult. Post-emergence, pre-emergence, I can see clearly. I can look back at.
Oh.
It's all very... well, it's not like now. Now is different.
Oh, yes, you just said that like that's deeper than I think it means. So I'm just going to let it be there. All right. So, oh, okay. Never mind then.
Perhaps, for example,
yes.
I was able to peer in Umut into some vague, shrouded things that took place there, even though Nephis is not directly of Umut, but is derived perhaps from.
Well, in my experience, the border between the two worlds is tenuous at best. So that makes sense, yes. I suppose. Sorry
If you
for...
have a request, no, it's not a hassle at all, Sif. This is really most of my existence. Is a request to look back. Perhaps when we have some downtime, I can try.
All right. That does clarify some things. Part of me was thinking your other eyes could pierce time and sort of see things. So it's good that I know there are that.
Yes.
I'm gonna stop talking. But we'll look for
piercing
the
time is an interesting concept if you believe in such things as time. Let's be on our way.
Yeah.
Initially, you pass up through the Teachers Grove district, and most notable is this elaborate inn that you observe in your passing through. It is called the Hidden Dagger. And at a glance, the outside menu, it looks extremely pricey. So if you did come across this one when you were trying to find a place to stay, and it's pretty much the opposite of the Torrential Chalice in expense and in presentation. But moving from the Teachers Grove Village into... Yes.
Actually, Sif,
Mm.
what if we poke in like we are looking for an establishment to stay at, and I am clumsily unload my satchel looking for payment to afford such a place, and the stone sort of rolls out. But then we drop that will be at the other location. Would the poisons we hence dwell or be connected to such a place?
I don't know, but I think if we do like a walk around it and try to find any symbols, that might help.
That sounds good. Why don't I? I'm not terribly sneaky. Perhaps I walk in the front. You just do a lap. I'll take a lay of the land inside, and if you see something, come in and let me know.
Yes, good. Yeah, yes. You know, I've never met a Selku before, so you're the first. But you're very good at hunting. Do you know that?
I've never done it.
Your systematic understanding of how things should move and directionality, it's very much hunting. I wonder if you put your other eyes to remembering how the Lamplack, the old ones, the ancient ones, how they hunted, and perhaps I think you could make a very good living helping Keku like me or Kekuts in general with hunting techniques.
I would be happy to look back. I love looking back, and in truth, perhaps it comes from the many, many times I have peered back to the many hunters that were once.
I mention this only because one of the things I've learned in the many breaths I've been here, I am not good at trading. I am...
Oh, you don't need to be good at trading.
You do. But it's all right. I have made do with hunting. But if I could steer other Kekuts to you, and they could trade for your knowledge, we both could be able to trade and be profitable.
Yes, Siv, you are describing exactly what the Selku have done since they were and are. We look back for others like your kind. At their request, they bring an offering. We provide knowledge pre-emergence.
I never really thought of these things before. I'm not sure what it's done to me being here in this place, but my mind finds these things fascinating. But we could talk forever. You go inside
Yes.
and I will disappear in the shadows.
Vajvahan will then approach the front of the inn and walk in. He is walking in, but he is just generally. Would I make a deceive check if I just want to kind of put on a persona?
Yes.
It says sort of targeted, but could it just be in general? Like, essentially, I just want to look like a somewhat befuddled. Which actually, this probably isn't even all that deceiving. Somewhat befuddled, kind of out of their element, Selku wandering about. I'm like patting my head with like a small piece of cloth, like I've just hiked up a hill or some such thing, and I'm not used to that because I sit all the time.
Yes.
But I'm just kind of coming in and meandering about, but actually just kind of taking in the inside of the inn.
For fun, why don't you please give me a Caldroll song?
Caldroll song. Okay, let's just see what we do here.
Because you are performing.
I'm performing. Oh, that is double 4s.
You go in very confidently, befuddled. The first thing that you see when you walk in through this door is there is the greeting counter, essentially for the inn check-in. It is behind a lovely polished black wood desk that is comes up to about your narrow rib cage. To the left, it opens up into a tavern. To the right, it opens up into a game hall. There are stairs ascending both sides in a fairly elaborate staircase. The floor where you're standing is polished stone, similar to the way it was inside the Creator's Legacy Hall. It shines with it reflects the light beautifully. It smells nice in here. The patrons that you see are elegantly dressed. And there is an Ixi behind the counter on a chair that lifts them high enough to be serviceable at the counter level. Their eye covering has ornate embroidery in it of gold thread in a fine, thicker fabric than what, for example, Felabai wore.
Vajvahan kind of walks into the middle of the room and then sits on the floor facing the desk, facing the Ixi. Kind of
they look down. I'm sorry, traveler. Are you lost? Or just
waiting for my turn to come to the desk.
Ah. It's your turn.
What luck. One moment,
and I very slowly start standing up, like on somewhat wobbly knees, just buying time for Sif to kind of do his check around the building.
Okay. Over the back. Yes.
As you gain your feet, Sif, you're outside. What are you doing exactly?
So I am going to attempt a silence my footsteps as I sneak around this building.
Going to mute yourself.
I'm going to mute myself.
All right, but do keep in mind that it is midday.
Sure. I don't have the shadow step, so what?
No, but you do have like camouflage, although it doesn't help you when you're moving.
Oh. I'm going to use mystery, and I'm going to manifest a shadow around me.
I have to be fair to Kata and to Felabai.
That's right.
That is silence.
Well, it's silence.
Sorry, it is silence. Yeah, so you could still.
I can still do it. I'll just do it with silence instead of mystery.
However, let me clarify again. If you're going to manifest a shadow around you in the middle of the light, you're going to look very strange.
Very strange.
Let me help you out.
Yeah.
Mystery to turn invisible may be your best effect.
Oh. Chat, this is what we call a duh moment. You can go and yes, I'll just try to be invisible. That's what I'm going to go for.
All right. Go ahead and make that.
That's a 3 and a 2, so I'll bump it to a 4.
Okay. All right. So you peer around, don't seem to be observed, and you just disappear as part of the landscape, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
But invisibility allows you to move, unlike camouflage, which would require you to hold still.
Right.
And once invisible, you are...
I take a lap.
Okay. And doing...
Looking along the walls, even along the inn and any surrounding buildings' walls. Just looking for the symbol.
The inn itself sits aside of any other buildings on its own property. It has a nice courtyard around it. It has well-kept vegetation that is pruned and well cared for. The building is in very good condition as well. There is no graffiti on it whatsoever. There's fine small statuary in the yard depicting various cutesy sorts of animals from the garden, a fountain, things like that. It appears to all interpretations to be an elegant property.
So right before I go in, I'm going to fly up on the roof and look on the roof.
Okay. All right. You fly up to the roof. Vajbahan, you approach the counter.
I do want to say with the double 4s, I gave myself alert. And from the vantage point of the ground, any chairs, anything else, did I see any sort of this sweet hen symbol anywhere engraved?
No.
Or otherwise? No. Okay.
No. This is a very pristine establishment. In fact, it's impressively clean.
Oh, this seems like such an excellent inn.
I walk up to the desk.
Excuse me.
Yes. Are you well?
Oh, yes, very well. In my prime, actually.
Oh. Well, speaking of well,
Yes?
Are you looking for lodging? Are you looking for reservations for dinner?
I thought you were going to tell me some sort of joke about a well. You see, there's a play on words like that you get water. I know, it's hilarious. Yes, how much is lodging here?
I start pulling up my satchel.
All right. Lodging is 4 value per person per night. Now, I understand that our rates are a bit higher, but we are the best inn in Plak Plak, and we offer the best foods. We even have a fun sort of thing. Well, I won't spoil it. Are you interested in reserving lodging, and for how long?
Oh, yes, I'm staying for a number of days with my companion, although he's running a bit late. Regardless, for value, I probably have something.
I pull out my empty tincture, and how much is this? I set that down. It's just a glass bottle. It's an empty tincture.
It's empty.
Yes.
I suppose it's a start. What else?
Let's see here. What else do
I pull out half of my walking stick and I set that down.
It's probably not worth,
because it broke.
It's probably not worth much.
I set down a water skin, and then I'm like,
oh, I don't know if I quite have anything. I mean, this,
and I pull out the stone and I set it next to my water skin. I'm also simultaneously going to use mind to enhance how valuable this magic stone is. Just to like
deceptive
make
notion?
it like almost deceptive notion that this is just like luminous.
All right. The Ixi looks at the stone. Well, now we're getting somewhere.
Are we? The water skin.
No. But that's stone. That's stone. And is this the elemental stone?
No, this is the doorstop.
Okay. All right. You may go ahead and first make your deceptive notion attempt.
Okay. That's a 4-2.
It is luminescent. It's a strange ore. I've not seen anything like that before. Where did you get it? Are you an archaeologist?
No, although that does sound fascinating. I do.
It's a stone.
Rocks.
Yes.
Yes, but no, not quite. Where did we pick it up?
I kind of look back over to the door, and I'm like, I tap my foot a little bit.
Once my friend gets here, he quite remembers, but he said it is magical or something beyond the elements.
Well, just looking at it, I'm sure this could be exchanged for at least a few nights in our establishment. But I will need someone to look at it, if you don't mind.
I might mind. 1 second, if that's enough for a couple nights.
I start moving the other objects into my bag, and as I'm doing, I'm going to clumsily knock the stone off the desk so it clatters towards the inn tavern area, just loudly clinking its way over towards where all of the potential denizens are sitting.
Oh my!
And I kind of trip over myself, kind of falling onto all fours and start crawling towards the stone.
Okay, all right. You go chasing after your stone. Sif, you fly up to the top of this building, it's just a 2-story building. And while you are up there, you're on the roof of the establishment. The roof actually could use a little repair. But otherwise, what are you doing up there?
Looking for a symbol, looking for any suspicious anything.
Please make a called roll, body.
That's a 4-3. I'm gonna bump it to a 4-4.
All right. You bump that, and you look around, and you almost feel embarrassed for the establishment because they've gone to such great lengths to look so nice from the street level. And up here, if there's a good storm, which they're probably hoping there's not, the upper rooms are going to have problems.
Oh my.
But you do not see any graffiti again to speak of.
Okay, then I will fly down. I will do a dramatic fly down to the front and reveal myself halfway down, so I just sort of appear out of nowhere.
Someone calls out and startled, and there's a couple walking by on the street, an Asgal couple, and the woman shouts out, and the man says, "Whoa, my goodness!" and then just says to her, "You never know who's going to come in at our fair city at various times. Come along." You hear her say, "I can't. I'm surprised that such a person would be even lodging over there at the Hidden Dagger."
Oh, I don't look like I belong here at all. But I'm gonna look over, catch her eye, and wink at her, and then walk into the inn.
She almost gives pause, but then the two continue on their way. You walk in at the time, Vajrahan, you reach the stone on all fours.
With my alert trait, do I notice anybody paying much attention or seemingly less focused on me and more focused on the stone? Because I'm making quite a gaffe of myself crawling on the floor, but I'm kind of interested. Is anybody kind of ignoring what I'm doing and just looking at that stone?
At a minimum, they are taking it all in. They're looking at the stone. They're looking at you. A few people are making comments you can't hear to each other. It definitely seems like several people have seen this.
Okay. With that, I kind of stand up, picking up the stone. So sorry, clumsy and friend, there you are. I've been waiting for you. And I walk over to Sif and back up to the front desk. So where were we? I put down the stone and pulled back out the water skin and set it on the desk.
The Ixie seems to look back and forth between the two of you. And then Sif addresses you. I think your friend may need attention to keep from harming themselves when they walk about. But a moment, please. And they go back to a curtain behind the desk. Shutter stacker, and a Wotan comes out. Very thin of build on a very long neck with a stone for a head.
Oh.
And maybe some chisel work on the stone that it looks kind of like a shoehorn on top of the pole of its neck. And the Ixie says, this fine patron would wish to barter this stone for a few nights' sleep. And the...
Oh, no, I'm sorry. There must have been a mistake. My friend, they came in here by mistake. Yes, it was a mistake. I apologize.
This is the torrential chalice.
No. This is the hidden dagger, please.
It's
perhaps the torrential chalice would be a better place to check into. I think I'm sorry, we're actually full.
Right. I thought you might be. So I
do apologize. I meant to check the register before you. I was so excited by the
streets and their pavement and pavers. It's rather confusing. I kind of pulled that stone back into my satchel.
Of course.
I'm just gonna kind of like keep my wing kind of covering up his action. just kind of like, it's fine. We'll be moving on. Thank you for your time.
Well, if you wish to make a reservation for dinner, I do recommend it.
Your floor is very clean. And I walk out.
Yes.
I'm right behind you, and I'm just like, oh no, this place it's teetering on the edge.
Really?
Oh,
so you found the Simba?
No. No, I found a stiff breeze is going to cause problems for them.
But they're charging quite a bit for a stiff breeze.
Yes.
Causing problems. Well, I did drop the stone. And I think a lot of people paid attention, so maybe we've caught the eye of somebody.
Yeah. Good. Well done.
As
you continue,
to the markets. You continue on towards the Groff. What was it? I already lost track of what I was saying. The Groff's Court Village.
Yeah.
Yep. Towards the market. Back at the Sconce Market, Kava and Zorik. You continue on to the next merchant. Is this the goal? Is this the plan?
Above table, I was just kind of drop that in the market and let the market do its work. I was going to start to kind of head my way on out, but slowly, like...
Back towards the chalice?
Yeah, just slowly. But that's if Zorik wants to go, unless he wants to stay, look for anything. I just feel like it's a little... I don't want to stay here too long.
Are you getting nervous, Kava?
It's just that Wotan said that they could be anybody, and there's really no identifiers of any kind, and so I think that maybe we should just kind of drop that little tidbit and head on back to the chalice. Unless there's something else you need, Zorik.
I have no immediate needs, though if I did, I have nothing to trade.
Me neither. We're broke.
We are broke as can be.
Ooh, I have an idea.
Pray tell.
Maybe we could earn a little coin using our song.
We could sing a bit and see if the passers-by throw us some trinkets of some sort, if that's what you mean. Yes, I like this idea.
I'll reach out to...
I'll reach up to one of the a local person that's just walking by. Is there any spot here where musicians are allowed to play?
They look about, and it is a land plaque woman, and she says, oftentimes that happens in the taverns, but I suppose if you've got the proper permission from the city, you could set up in the markets. I do see people participate in performances in the markets. I don't know why there's not one here today, actually.
Well, thank you for the information. I'll turn back to Kava. I think we could just play here.
If anybody says anything, maybe we could just say, like speak to the council or something.
Yes. Yes, I like it. I'm going to break out the hand drum.
All right. We will have you two fall into song and begin to entertain while we go back to Vajrahan and Sif as they move further along through the Groffcourt village past a grand timber and brick building that is the Merchants Guild. And farther along, you eventually come to a statue of dark stone that looks like it's built in honor of some local person named Lafa, which you garner is a modern hunter of some renown locally. Eventually, you make your way into the bridge market. What do you do when you're in the market?
Vajrahan and Sif, I think we're both looking out to see if any stalls are near or have indications, that little symbol, even if so discreetly.
Please make a called roll body, both of you.
I'm going to have to bump that to a 4. I got a 3 and a 2.
Okay.
That's a 1-3. I can't bump that. I don't have body.
And I don't know if you have a key point either, but I don't know if you want to spend it on that if you do.
I won't. I'll take a reprisal. What does that do?
Nothing. You managed to avoid any repercussions from staring too long in the direction of whatever you're looking for.
I guess that's true. There's that sound just like staring at us in different awkwardly.
Sif, you, however, do think that you spy the green of that symbol, just a very small etching under the wing of a stall that is being helmed by a lamplack woman with thick golden hair and worn clothing with a wide-brimmed hat.
I'm going to bump Vajrahan and be like, and indicate with my beak over at the stall. That might be a very good place to start.
That one there.
Yes. Do you want...
I wouldn't have thought it. Okay, that sounds excellent.
Do you want to go on your own and me stand back and watch, or do you want us both to walk up?
Do they not like your kind?
No, I don't think it's anything like that. I'm just wondering if you want my eyes on the crowd while you do your thing.
No, I think you being with me, especially if there is indication and they try something fast. I'm not the fastest in the world.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can be your bodyguard.
Excellent.
And I go ahead and approach that stand.
And I will stand a step behind Vajrahan with my arms crossed over my chest, even though the lamplack's obviously towering above me.
Sure. But, the Kakuts are formidable in their way, and it's not uncommon for any of the Kaku people to work in service as guards and that kind
Security.
of thing.
We're
Mhm.
security.
Yeah. This woman sits behind the stall, and it has a little roof over the top of it. And then in addition to that, her wide brimmed hat looks like it's deliberately on to shield the light from her eyes. And there are open parchment scrolls, sort of a vellum cloth scroll, that have partial writing on some of them. And there are others that are bound up and just kind of in sacks and whatnot. And it looks like she's been working on one of the documents, and you approach, and she acknowledges you. Yes, teacher, is there something I can help you with? Are you looking for, you need a document of some sort?
What are you selling?
I do services for documentation. If you need a licensure or a deed of some sort or something verified, I can sign off on it and verify it as accurate or something along those lines.
Oh, I understand. You can verify that this is a very valuable stone. And I set down the stone in front of her, the dimensional stone.
She looks at it. I don't know much about rocks.
But you've... I see. Who knows much about rocks? Particularly ones from other places.
I think you give me too much credit for what I do. I would imagine probably someone like Daggett or Die Cut or someone like that, someone who's really skillful with materials like this. If you were to bring me a document that had official support for it, I could sign off on it as official, but I can't assess this myself. I wouldn't know the first thing about it.
I see. And this Dickett and Duckett persons.
Daggett and
yes.
Die Cut. Daggett is a...
What did I say?
Oh, you said Duckett.
Oh, yeah, right. Well, regardless, you see, the thing is, I believe this to be very rare, and quite covetous. Do you know anybody who is quite discreet with their assessments?
Of rocks?
It's more than a rock. Know this.
That's me. The best I can go for is, if you can afford their services, I think Daggett would be someone I could recommend. There are other merchants as well. I would probably take it to a Lean Eye in particular because they have a kind of... Although, don't you know? I know a little bit about the Selku.
Are you thinking the Selkie?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know that much, honestly. And I don't mean to misspeak.
You'd probably enjoy them. They do lots of writing on themselves. Not as much my thing or cup of tea.
I see.
Regardless, one moment.
I'm going to dig through my satchel, and then I'm going to phantasm and pull out a parchment of paper. On it, I want it to read a simple message, but I want it signed in Isha's name.
Okay. Please make a cultural mind, and I will get a challenge on that.
It's a 2-3. I will bump it to a 4.
Man.
You crushing me?
Guys are unreasonable. The woman says, "What is that? What are you fiddling with there? Your hand."
And I've essentially. Oh, so she's seen through it. So I'm just like holding up my hand, and she's just seeing nothing.
Yeah.
I kind of look at it and look back at her.
All right. I suppose I will go see this
Degit.
Degit.
If you can afford their services. Now, there may be someone else, maybe check another stall.
So I'm gonna step in at this moment, and just like out of nowhere, so just steps in, puts his beak in it, and goes, "Look, I know that you are either part of them or you speak with them. All we request is a meeting. That rock you're looking at isn't just any rock. It's perhaps leading to the collapse of our world. So if that's something that interests them, let us know. We will be at the Torrential Chalice. You can ask them to meet us there. If you have no idea what I'm talking about or you feign ignorance, either way, I don't care. I've said my piece. Vajrahan, let's go." And I just lead him away without letting her say a word.
All right.
That's one way to do it, I suppose.
I think you are doing well. I think the problem was we were running up against a merchant who was not helpful for either of us. So
I see. Well, perhaps we should see if the others have fared any better than an inn with a problematic roof and a witch of paper.
Right. A paper merchant. Yeah, whatever.
Yes.
I agree. Let's head back to the chalice.
All right. So as you depart from the area, Kava and Zorik, please give me your song rolls. Let's see how well you're doing.
That was a 4-1.
Okay.
I also had a 4-1, but I used some primacy to re-roll the 1, and I got a 4-4.
Your drum also gives you some benefits. Don't forget, because your grandfather.
Yep.
But I don't know if you want to use
But
them
I
right
don't
now.
think that. Let's see. Just let me quickly look at it. It's a decreased difficulty for damage and healing.
It's not just damage and healing. It gives bonuses to damage and healing, but it's just decreased difficulty on your song manifestation.
For song, I'm gonna put that in here because that wasn't in here. Okay. I'm just gonna spend the primacy to re-roll that 1. So
Okay.
I'll have, and I rolled a 4, so I have 4-4.
Okay. You two are really doing a good job, and people are tossing bits of animal bone and claws into whatever it is that you're accepting your donations in as you're performing. And while you are performing, an avian kaku in they have a tunic on of hide armor that is the colors of both the governors. This is a city watch person, and they are, what's the word I'm looking for? They're sable. They have sable feathers and gray feathers, and they're kind of short and a little bit rotund, and they come up with you with a war hammer over a shoulder, and they say, "Can I see your documents for your performance here? Are you
What documents would that be?
your permission to perform in the city?
Oh,
Didn't have any record of anyone performing in the market today."
like a buskin permit.
You didn't hear? We were called in last minute. In fact, the peoples that were supposed to play, they canceled, and so they made us rush here last moment. I barely was able to get everything together.
There was nobody scheduled.
Was that yesterday? Perhaps the days are strange here.
Fine, but you're gonna have to get, you're gonna have to pay the fee for setup. It looks like you've
Of
already
course.
started to collect some value there.
Of course. And where should we make the payment? Do we?
I'm sure there's a document maker here in the market.
So we will seek them out, good individual keeper of the peace.
Yeah. Anyway, you could probably speak to Alka Gonal.
course.
I'm going to have to give you a little, and they take out a little sheaf of fabric.
While he
Perhaps
does
that won't be necessary. I'm gonna do the. Maybe that's not necessary, and I'm gonna use mind to attempt to influence them to cut us a break.
All right. Go ahead and make that manifestation.
These aren't the droids you're looking for. 4-3. You know what? I'm gonna bump it to a 4-4 just for fun.
Let's see what I get first, because you might have to bump that 4 to a 5. Well, I guess you could go ahead.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep, you're gonna need to bump it.
All right.
So you're gonna need to make the 4 a 5, because
I will do that then.
Yeah.
I forgot it was a challenge roll. All right.
Yeah.
Damn, you're hot. Your dice are hot tonight, Ty.
I know. That's 3 in a row. She says, I don't. Yeah. I remember we've talked about this, and you said you take care of it. So you just make sure you do. Thanks so much. I don't want me to come back around here in a little while. I'm going to make sure that if you're still here, that you have the documentation that you need. Oh, I got to go. Hey, you over there. And then she starts waddling over towards something else that's going on as you collect. Somebody please roll 44 for me.
Did you say 4d4?
Yeah.
Oh gosh. 3, 1, 2, and a 1.
3, 2, 2, and a 1.
So 7 total.
So you managed to collect 7 value in common bits from your little bit of time out there.
That's pretty good.
I take 3 of the smaller ones and I hand the other 4 to Zorik. Nice job.
We should do this more often. I'm gonna reach up to do like a high five. Yeah.
And
It's very awkward. We do make contact though.
Yeah.
As you
Barely.
collect your goods, you quickly scurry off to the torrential chalice, and we better take our break because we're a little bit over time.
All right. Thanks everybody for hanging out with us this evening. We appreciate you very much. We had a hype train, and more importantly, we've got a bunch of great people in the chat hanging out tonight. So it's great to see you all. Thanks for being here. We'll be back in just a couple minutes. So hang tight.
Dividing your group into pairs, you went further into the city and began to do a little bit of investigation on your own. Zorik and Kava learned a bit more about the nature of the poison Sweehans than they expected, and to celebrate, gave a little performance in the market to try to earn some value to help cover some of the costs that they may be incurring. Met a guard who told them to move along, and but not before they made a little bit of scratch with those spare animal claws that they were paid.
Nice.
Meanwhile, Vajrahan and Sif stepped into the Hidden Dagger, a very eloquent, very elegant inn and tavern in the Teachers District, and also attempted to gather some information, then moved on to the bridge market, where they did discover a relatively fresh, small symbol of the poison Sweehans on a stall. However, the discussion didn't quite inform as much as they were looking for. With Vajrahan, Sif made a decision to step in, do their best to attempt to pseudo-intimidate the merchant into making connection with the poison Sweehans, whether they knew what they were talking about or not. And in both cases, the groups did mention where they were staying. as you reconvene at the Torrential Chalice, there is a message for you. You are instructed to meet Captain Athit Turlak, Captain Jarmo Kalnink, and Captain City Watch Captain Atrix Zaru in the Highbell District, and you are instructed to bring your possessions. And you recall that Athit and Kalnink are the two captains that you met at the council meeting. You have not met the City Watch captain.
What's the tone of this message?
The message just says you've been instructed to meet the captains at this location. Bring your equipment.
Is it a written message or is it a messenger bringing us a verbal?
It's a note relayed by the innkeeper based on what they were told by the messenger.
So it's loud and non-threatening because it's bluster voice.
Yeah. Loud but not threatening.
Loud but not threatening.
Fair.
I think just for brevity's sake, Kava would ask like what the messenger looked like, just in case he's.
Bluster voice says, "Oh, it was the regular messenger service here in town. I think they sent. It was actually a Illini kid that I have interacted with a few times, but I didn't actually get their name. But I'm sure we'll catch up to each other sometime if we haven't already. We haven't actually had time to sit down and talk to each other to find out if we actually already have made that connection before, because I've only seen them a couple of times. But but there's messenger services around here.
Thank you, Bluster.
You're welcome, Sif. Yeah. Are you staying tonight?
We'll settle that when we get back.
Yeah, because it says here to bring all of your stuff.
Right. We might return, but I don't know.
Okay, well, I'll have a spot for you if you need it.
Thank you.
Zorik, would you mind giving me your stone?
Of course.
I'm going to take both of the stones, roll them up into my bed mat, discreetly, not in front of the innkeeper by any means. And I am going to hide object of my bed mat, and then would attempt to sustain that to go and present all of our wares to the guard captains.
Okay. Please make a called roll. Lore. Mm-hmm.
That's a 3-4. I will use primacy to make that a 4-4.
All right. Yes, you slip it into a pocket dimension. Out of sight, out of mind.
Nice.
And then you will assign one of your dice to maintain it.
Yes. So that's the bedroll containing both the stones kind of rolled up in it.
Got it. Okay.
Let us go meet these captains of the guards.
All right, you make your way into the Highbell District. See what you might spot as you pass through. As you enter the Highbell District, you see that bell house, that ruin that does look more or less like a haunted structure. The lower floor, the main structure, is in bad shape. It's certainly not some place for anyone to live other than rodents and other, pests. But the bell tower, the bell house belfry does look like it's in pretty good shape. You can see the bell up there, a big black bell. And then there's weeds growing over some stonework about the property. But
this seems an interesting place to meet high officials of the guard.
This isn't actually the address that you were given.
Oh,
this is just a main attraction. Yeah.
I see.
However, once you arrive, you find yourselves in an apparently abandoned building. There's a ragged wooden door. And as you approach, the door opens and you see the charming face of Captain Jarmo Kalnink. And the captain says, "Welcome in, recruits." Inside the single-story building is a barren but clean space. The room is open with no dividing walls. Half a dozen cots occupy the central floor. A low counter offers space for surface storage and food preparation. A few narrow closets serve as footlockers. Captain Turlac stands by with arms folded, leaning against the wall. An anxious Ursine Kakoots woman waits to greet you. She has silver-tipped fur and wears a soft, wide-brimmed hat as well, not unlike the one that you saw with the merchant, Vajrahan. She greets you all with a strange, quiet enthusiasm. Captain Kalnick speaks again. You may be wondering why you're here. The governors have asked us to make the following offer. Based on your report and the multitude of concerns you have raised, we've been authorized to ordain you founding members of a new and critical faction. You may decline the request if you wish. If you accept, you will be credited 20 value now and 10 value per week. You will live here for free if you wish, and may improve the property within limits of city ordinance. You also have access to the Black stables if you wish to provision yourselves with mounts from time to time. Captain Turlac and myself will assist with training needs. Captain Zaru here is here to meet you. She may be able to help with finding the criminal Isha.
And what is this new critical faction?
Well, you sound skeptical there, Sif. You're quick to join the Harvesters.
Necessity only. This seems you'll pardon my hunter's sense. This seems too quick.
Well, maybe not after you hear what it's all about. And Captain Turlick pushes off against the wall and she says, you'll be called the Preservers of the Veil. Your job is to keep threats from outside the garden from coming in and the energies of this world from getting out.
Too quick.
Magenta
Yes.
flourishes will represent the faction. Isha is already ahead of you, so your work is waiting. Any questions?
Do you have word of Isha then? A lead for us?
Captain Zaru speaks up. That may be somewhere that I can help, because my guards and I keep track as best we can of the Poison Suyens and of the Shadow Mark Gallants and their activity within the city. There's not a lot we can do to control some of their behavior. They are very powerful factions, both of them, one and all. They do tend to mind their manners within reason, but I would trust neither very far. Nonetheless, of course, yes.
I apologize.
Question.
If you are to provide us with information and we are able to find and neutralize this Isha problem that we have, I, for one, am willing to take whatever alliance is necessary to do so. However, my question to you would be, at what point is this alliance dissolved? Is this a permanent designation for our team, or is this something more of a temporary nature?
Captain Nalnik says, oh no, based on what you told us, this is a permanent arrangement. We need, the garden needs people like you that know the risk to the veil between our world and the other worlds that touch it. And if we had had something, if we had had the foresight, the governors feel this whole situation with Umult may have been avoided altogether from the beginning. It's not unreasonable to think that the manifesting energy in this world is a threat outside of it. And I think you could agree with that based on what you've seen and what you've informed us.
Indeed. You and the counselors should do well to not be too hard on yourselves. It is nearly impossible to see what threats lie beyond the realm's boundaries, but your decision is sound. I, for one, am willing to pledge an allegiance to this cause. I cannot speak for my companions, but I will pursue this regardless.
What are the technical terms if you haven't yet ended your contract with the Harvesters?
Don't confuse yourself. This is, and now Nick looks over at Captain Turlock. This is neither a conclusion with the Harvesters, the end of the Harvesters, nor the end of the Vardien. This is a new faction. And in fact, if you accept Sif, Kava, Vajvahan, you would no longer be beholden to the Harvesters. You would be, in fact, your own faction. And in fact, could assign a captain among you if you wish, or however you want to manage your authority. You would be the faction. You could come to me and Captain Turlick for assistance if you needed help managing your affairs or with training.
And our jurisdiction would be ubiquitous.
Nuovarden. It would be the entirety of the garden. Now, of course, this would have to be explained through other districts and other areas where there are different authorities, but you would start with the authority of Plaque behind you, and that authority would carry far and wide. It may be difficult, depends on how the Kakuts manage their borders on the northern continental island and the other outlying land masses from the main, but it would not be hard to convince others of your authority throughout the main landmass. So you shouldn't have to worry about that. And to any degree, any other faction would. Again, it would be the authority of the governors of Plaque, and this city is well known throughout the garden.
Captain, could we have a moment amongst ourselves to discuss this offer?
Two of them say sure simultaneously, and Captain Turlock doesn't say anything. And now Nick and Zara look at each other and smile. Of course.
Sif, your hesitancy is palpable. I'm curious to hear more of this, but Kava, your silence also rings of import. What do you think of this offer?
Looking to Vajvahan, as remiss as I would think I would be to leave the Harvesters after everything that has happened, I am actually more relieved to do so, which seems odd.
It's hardly can say we're the Harvesters any longer. So many of our comrades did not make it. This also seems to me to be important and something that we know quite a bit about.
I will be forthright with this. The Harvesters were there to keep me from desperation. It is not out of loyalty that I would stay with them or not. It was simply what I needed to do to survive. And that is what I am. I survive. And this is a monumental task before us. I recognize the call to greatness. And it is not that I lack belief I can be great. What I am most cautious of is politics placing me in a position where blame is first in their mind. Not that I think it's here, but perhaps this will clarify some things. When a leader of the Kekuts takes their place, all responsibility for that community falls to their shoulders. Any mistakes, any hardships fall directly on them. To be that individual, you must be a titan. You must be a giant like our friend. There is so much weight in protecting this garden compared to protecting a community.
Sif, if not us, then who? Who else has the experience and knowledge that we do to step forward in this time of need? If the politics of it, as you say, becomes that of scapegoating or blame for failures or incursions that are unforeseen or unstoppable, that is for others to decide, not us. We know what's in our hearts. And I will tell you this, if this will bring us closer to figuring out what happened to Fela Vai, then there is nothing that will stop me from doing it.
Now, for a moment, I thought you were suggesting, looking to Sif, that Lutu be our leader, and I was kind of wondering how that was going to work.
I believe
What?
Lutu has their hands full at the moment.
No.
As
I
large
apologize,
as they
I
may
kind of got
be.
lost in all of that.
No, it's all right. I was more speaking of the physique of Lutu is necessary to shoulder that kind of responsibility.
So we need to find somebody who's very large and buff to be the leader of the purveyors of what did she say? It was something of the veil?
Protectors of the veil.
Preservers? Something with a P.
Preservers of the veil, yes.
Yes, that.
Are you volunteering for captain?
No. But I'm flattered.
I will say this.
Hmm.
Sif,
Hmm.
I don't know your culture inside and out. But I do know this, Sif. None of us shoulder anything alone. And even in this, we shoulder nothing alone. You stand amongst all of us. We stand together, and all of us, across all of Nuovarden, are in fact nephews, and the story of nephews.
I vote for Vajvahan to be our leader.
I think Zorik. For Zorik communes with his ancestors. He knows the
Sif is
lineage.
nodding. Like, yes.
And he has the passion, the fire. He speaks with confidence. You could put a Selku, but I fear I will get lost in the minutia. I am most excited about walking the horizon, about learning the now, and peering into the other worlds that we might encounter in our task to understand more fully Nephis.
I changed my vote to Zorik.
I am swayed. I apologize, Zorik. I still see you as I saw you before we were separated. So you surprised me when you are full of fire as you are. I think I misjudge not how much you have changed, but how much we have. I vote for Zorik as leader as well. Also, I think we should push back on the color palette. I don't like it.
Kind of gives him an up and down at his new form of vibrant colorfulness.
I think something more hunter-like, I don't know.
Blood red and black.
Oh, I like it with some violet in there, some violent violet. Yes.
Is quite a fan of mauve.
That sort of brings it down a little bit, Vajrahan. Well, perhaps temperament is important.
What say you, Zorik?
It is a heavy burden to be a leader amongst such incredibly talented individuals. I have changed Sif in innumerable ways, but I still have that sense of fear in me. It guides me. It guides my decisions to do what's best for this group, despite the burning instinct to lash out in my anger. If it is your decision that I should be a leader, though I know not what that means, I would do it for the group. I would do it for the garden, and I would do it for Felavai.
Kava's gonna walk up to him and put like a hand on his shoulder. And I imagine if Felavai was here, they would have cast their vote as well.
I have that feeling as well. Zorik, you are like the best kind of prey. You
Watch Kava's face just go.
yeah. You learn. You might be afraid of the hunter, the ones who hunt you, but your fear drives you to outthink, outwork, and out-effort anyone fighting you. You are the prey that turns the tide and makes the hunter the hunted. This is what I have seen in you, and I have not recognized before.
I'll turn back to the captains. It is settled then. We have made our decision. We do have some changes to the color palette, but aside from that, we will accept this designation as the preservers of the veil.
Well, the color palette was dictated by the governors. You could take it up with them, but glad to hear it. It is an important duty, and one we're glad to have representatives for. Considering that you are the ones who brought the information to us and that you know the most, you seem to the most fitting. Captain Zaro returns. I do want to finish my thought about the criminal Isha.
Right.
Indeed. Speak
Yes.
freely.
Oh, of course. I would encourage you to perhaps stake out the Red Purse Tavern in the Ancestors Ward. That is a known Sweehen's gathering place. And it may also be worth noting that as much as it makes my job challenging, the Sweehens do have enemies in the Shadowmark Gallants. Namely, an avian kaku named Zigadaru Vaxu, who may sometimes be found at the Korskaton's Roost in the Stone Mace District. I also encourage you to solicit rumors where you may hear them and see what you could find. If my watch can be of any assistance, you can let me know.
We will indeed. One other thing.
Oh.
Vajvahan, please.
No, Sif, what was the name of the tavern inn that we went into?
The torrential Oh, no, the one we went into?
I know the trend. Yeah, the other one. Is that the one?
No. That was some hidden dagger business that was more like...
Close, though.
Well, yes, but they should rename it Hidden Holes in the Roof. But, no, definitely not.
Anyways.
Yes, but that would have been good information for us to go on.
Yes, and maybe perhaps not as well known as the captain of the guard seems to make it.
Yeah.
But regardless, sorry.
I would offer but one final piece of negotiations, captains, that we shall be granted a permanent busking permit so that we may play music in the marketplaces of Plak.
Also, please forgive any fees that we might have incurred beforehand.
And that as well.
What
Captain
did you
Turlack
do?
We'll tell you later.
Captain Turlack and Captain Nownick look at each other puzzled, and Captain Zaru says, that can be arranged. That
Make
can
it
be
so.
arranged. Okay.
Right.
One last thing.
Another thing?
Like any good order. And seeing as that you have bestowed, or the governors have bestowed power on us, to take up this faction, perhaps a symbol of it. And I'm thinking perhaps a horn of some kind for Kava. To play, to announce our presence.
Well, I'm sure Kava could find their own horn, but about the symbol, we were going to encourage you to design your own. And once you're ready with that design, we'll have you get in touch with our man, Diecut, who will affix any symbols and can perhaps even offer you some enhancements to your equipment as needed once you have come to your conclusion of what that symbol would be.
One more thing.
There was already one more thing 2 more things ago.
This is the last one from me. I think it would be best if we were given. I mean, you said this building is ours to do with as we wish.
Sure.
I think it would be best if we were given the building that had the bell tower.
I don't think that would be acceptable. That is a landmark of the Landplaque people.
And
it's haunted.
That's sort of why I want it.
It's not our decision. Turlack just shakes her head.
I would like it requested of the governors that they consider the.
We can mention it. We can mention it.
We're pushing
the
our
bell
luck.
is a device that is important to the city. You understand?
Well,
Unless
right.
you want to be on bell duty.
Well, I think if we are protecting the Veil, anything that might be an attack, we might want to let you all know.
You're not protecting Black City. You're protecting the Veil.
We're protecting all of the garden.
If you plan on just sitting here in Black City, you're not going to be very useful, are you?
Well, no.
Why don't we, Sif, if I may, why
how
don't we
many
put
orders
a
are
pin
just
in this?
4 people? Like 4 individuals is an order? No. An order 4 people do not make. We will have more.
Yes.
We will
So
recruit.
Well, anyway, your requests. We'll see what can be done. But I think that the offer from the governors has been generous.
Oh, very. Just a few different pulls and prods. And
I'm sure there'll be other things, but we'll let you know what they say about the bell tower.
Great.
Thank you.
Very well, then.
One more thing, actually.
Oh, of course.
We should probably request some furniture for this wonderful space that's been donated to our order.
Well, you can buy that yourself with your new income.
Fair. I don't like your tone, but I understand where it comes from. Thank you.
Look, we're here essentially at this point as equals.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
And
And do you have furniture in your clubhouse?
Of course, but it wasn't. I mean, it's been there since the emergence, practically. Whenever the harvesters were, this is before my time.
Oh, vintage furniture. I like it. Very well. We'll furnish the place ourselves.
Great. Well, make yourselves comfortable. Get yourselves set up. Make yourselves at home, and we will visit with you tomorrow.
Right. Remember the bell tower. to ask, just in case.
It's the top of our list.
Good.
Well, my friend, seeing as that there are no beds here, perhaps we head back to the chalice to rest.
Do we have
Perhaps.
payment?
That
believe-
should be much cheaper than the other place.
Oh, it's not expensive. It's just that I don't want a stiff bluster voice.
No, Kava and I did procure some trinkets of some modicum of value in the market earlier, hence the request for the waiving of permits for minstralism. But it's not much. We were supposed to be given a bonus, though, by the
Did
council.
we receive the 20 trade tie?
Yeah, they said that they were giving it to you to start, so you have 20 value and a free place to stay. But if you want to go back to the
Here's my
Chalice.
thought on the Chalice Palace, is that there's likely to be a scuffle there should we be present with the feelers that we put out. Perhaps we could go there for some carousing, but I do think maybe we then stay here and keep this place hush-hush, as it were.
I think first, Zorak, I agree completely. I also think we might have bitten off more than we can chew by just what we did, which was just basically challenge them to show up, which probably means they're going to show up with a not great attitude. So if we just stay here and don't go back to the chalice and leave them waffling in the wind, I think that's a better idea than tangling with them.
So waffling in the wind it is. Although I'm not looking forward to another night on my bedroll, but it will do.
If it makes you feel any better, we can go get some paving stones.
We could
Yes,
go
I
buy
guess.
some beds as well, Vajvahan, if you'd prefer to sleep elevated off the ground.
Don't forget there are
was
cots. There are cots present.
There are also cots
there's
present.
cots.
Right.
Huh.
I'm just going to roost up on the roof, so I'm not really worried about a bed.
A cot should do.
Oh, all right. Do you want a paving stone? I think we could steal one.
For sitting, yes, they're excellent for sitting.
Oh. Do you not sleep sitting?
No.
Or like
no,
crouched?
I lie down.
Oh.
I mean, I could possibly sleep while sitting. I should
I've
try
seen
it,
you
maybe.
meditate in that position before, Vajvahan.
Yes. Yes. But there's a reason they call it meditation, not sleeping. In fact,
And
I
that is?
hear if you sleep while meditating, it's rather like cheating.
Hmm.
So sleeping while meditating is like eating while hunting.
Is it, maybe?
Maybe more like eating while pooping.
Maybe
I
more
see.
countless.
I see. Yes.
Sounds uncouth.
It's similar.
It sounds unhealthy.
Different things they provide, really.
Does not meditation provide relief?
In a way.
So
But this is
Oh, it's poopy. Yes, Kava and I understand this.
This conversation becomes very meditative as you
Thank you.
continue on
Thank you, Ty.
for some time after the other captains leave. Are you staying here then, or are you going back to the chalice?
It looks like we're
think
staying here, yeah?
Staying here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna let them waffle in the wind.
Waffle in the wind. You like that? Yeah.
what does that mean? Why do you all keep saying waffle? Like, what does it mean?
You still have several thousand breaths before the darkening. You have dropped
We
your
have some
gear.
leads. We have
I think
leads.
if we have 20 trading, 20 trade, I think we could buy some food.
We could get some real food. We could discuss our icon, the avatar
Yes.
for our order. We have some leads that we could follow up on, should we be so inclined. I'm
We have
certain
leads?
that Vajvahan has put them to memory. As our
The
lore keeper.
leads.
Yes, as our lore keeper, Vajvahan, I imagine you have that well locked away inside that brain of yours.
What leads?
I need to meditate on it. Perhaps we'll need the paving stone sooner than later.
I know that we need to seek water. That is, but I'm fairly certain that is to the north of us rather than. I just don't think she would go to Healer's Respite. I just don't think that's
We also know
where they would go.
now, though it would have been helpful for them to share earlier, where the poison sweet hands tended
right.
to quite obviously, apparently, make their home.
The High Bell District, is that correct?
Well, there's a High Bell, but a specific tavern.
Dig deep, Vajvahan.
I only remember the name of the assassin that was mentioned. So
Well, that's something.
yeah, I don't think I remembered it right. They said it very fast.
There was a lot of information dropped in a very short period of time, indeed.
It was something like Zigguratado
Captain
Batsu.
Zaru encourages you to stake out the Red Purse Tavern in the Ancestors Ward.
Yes, I remember the Red Purse Tavern.
And
Somebody
she
click
suggested that the Sweehans have enemies in the Shadow Mark Gallants,
Like
and that they may find a contact named Zigadaru Vaksu in the Korskatun's Roost in the Stone Mace District.
is it Factsu?
Easy for you to say.
Vaxu.
Vaxu.
I'm pretty sure it's spelled
Vaxu,
V-A-X-X-U.
like your last
Vaksu and Zaru were the only two Kakuts.
Just like Sif.
Zigadaru Factsu. Got
You're a
it.
Vaksu, right, Sif?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, same name.
Yes.
Same
Which
name.
is why I
relative of
remembered
yours.
it. Which is why I wrote it down.
And the captain also suggested that you try to glean something from the rumors that you may hear.
Right.
Right, so we could also go to the Red Purse Tavern and prod around in poison Sweehan territory.
My only hesitation in that is we're only a few thousand breaths from the darkening. Being caught in a poison Suihu location when it gets dark, I don't know. I don't think we should look for fights when it could be when it's not advantageous. That word.
Indeed, that is very good thinking, Sif. Also, a tactical concern that I have, and perhaps we can discuss amongst ourselves now, is whether or not we present ourselves in our official order roles during our investigations and infiltrations, or if we keep a lower profile and a bit of a subterfuge regarding our new order.
I vote low profile only because we haven't figured out our insignia yet, you know?
It's true. We need a
I
logo.
agree, though I do have a question for if we are going to remain low profile, then Kava with a horn does not speak to me of low profile.
Well, true. Low profile can always be elevated to high profile quite easily. However, high profile descending to low profile can be a bit trickier amongst the
So if we
same crowd.
Start low and we go high.
when the time is right.
Okay, I think I follow.
That would
This
be my
is why I'm
suggestion.
not leader. I need your decision making in this. I don't know.
You would make a great leader, Sif, and you will.
I will lead whatever needs to be led that isn't leadership.
That's okay. One other question I have, sorry, Seer, is related to a comment you made, Sif, about perhaps recruitment to our
Right.
order. Now, it might be very premature to even have this conversation, but at least I will plant the seed that should we seek to increase our numbers, we will need to consider how that is done and how we, what's the word I'm looking for, Vajvahan?
We need a test.
Yes. A trial.
A fire.
Why fire?
I don't know. It's the first thing that came to mind.
Oh. I don't really like fire close to my feathers.
And I'm not keen on perhaps supervising large groups of people, but we may have to bridge that gap at some point.
I think the best, no, not the best. I should be more humble. I think of recruiting the same way I think of the Kekuts recruiting hunting parties. There are those who have reached the age that they can hunt. And when it is time, they join, and they become the hunters. We must perhaps wait for those who encounter the outside forces or are affected and need a place to, as you do, focus their rage, focus their anger. We might provide that for them. So it isn't recruiting like posting posters or something.
Of course, yes, I see what you're saying.
It's more by their need, we necessitate the place.
We will see the talent when it presents itself.
Yes.
My greatest desire at this moment, I apologize, Vajrahan, but my greatest desire at this moment would be to bring close our companions who are not here. I've spoken at length of Felavai, but Dixie would be a great member of this order. And I hope that at some point we can find them and request that they join us.
I agree with Sif. No quiz or fire is necessary. Our charge brings with it a burden few would want to take on.
Right.
And they will present themselves in time. We need only pay attention and offer it to them. They will not decline. But we are all together in this fate, and they will know it as well.
Well said, Vajvahan.
It is as though when I give my idea and your words encompass it, it seems music. Crazy.
Zorek's quite good at music.
Not the same kind, but point taken, yes.
It seems, then. Perhaps we get what we need. Perhaps we... Zorek, this Dixie. I've heard their name a number of times, if I think you mentioned it to me.
Yes.
Do we have any way of reaching out to them? What is their fate?
I will attempt. This is a friend of mine. If you would provide me with a moment of quiet and perhaps channel your intention to me, I will try to scry upon Dixie, to call them to our side. I believe that would be appropriate.
Most excellent. Sif at cover. You can bring in 2 pavers, actually.
Actually, hold on one moment. I completely forgot. And I pull out of my bag. I still had that paver that I picked up a long time ago. I still have it on me. I never got rid of it.
Oh,
Can't
you
believe I forgot
didn't
about
leave
this.
it in the government's office. Excellent.
No,
This
you
one was
seemed to
most
liked it so
excellent.
much.
Vajrahan sets it down near Zorik.
Yeah, Zorik, you must try it. It's quite comfortable.
Thank you, I will. I'll take a cross-legged position atop the paver. Ooh. Yeah. This is nice.
Kava, let us go find another paver, I suppose, for Vajrahan. I have one thing to say to you.
Sure, Sif.
Right.
And I'll follow along.
Are you leaving the building?
Yeah, we're gonna go grab a paver off the street somewhere.
Quite literally, I had planning on just like going right outside the door if their paver's right there and prying one out of the ground and just bringing it back.
Yeah, we're just gonna steal one. And I'll just provide distraction while Kava pulls it out. But as we're walking out,
I will say, when you're out here in the High Bell District, it's not like this is a bustling part of the neighborhood where everybody's going about and doing their Sunday shopping in the sun. It is an old part of the city. Everything's run down. It feels a little sketchy.
nice, perfect place. So as we're walking out, Sif looks at Kava and goes, "I did not mean to insult you culturally by requesting the bell tower."
Oh, not at all. The gasp that I had was because I was actually intrigued as well. I think it's very interesting that there might be a ghost up there of Lamplok descent. I think we should go investigate.
See, this is why I thought I should take you aside, because I believe the same. I think there is something mysterious there, and I like it.
Something.
And I trust Zorik and Vajrahan for many things. But I learned that Vajrahan only the eyes thing only sees before the emergence, and then everything else is murky after the emergence.
Mhm.
And then Zorik is stressed. So I don't know that Zorik needs more stress. But I think you and I can combine and investigate the bell.
I like this idea.
Good.
Should we give them the paper before, or do we do this later? Like, what were you
Yes,
planning?
we will have to do it another day. Like for this night, if we just disappear, I think it would be bad. So
You're right, especially after, you know what? Okay.
Yeah.
And then she just kind of starts going to get off the paper.
Vajrahan, are you waiting for this paper to come back? Okay.
And I know I was muted. Yes, absolutely. I'm just standing awkwardly as Zorik is sitting down on the paver, waiting for a new paper to come in.
It takes more breaths than you think it should, but then they come back in carrying this dirty paver. It's been freshly pried out of the ground.
Vajrahan kind of inspects it.
Yes, that will do nicely. Right here. Thank you.
Vajrahan takes a seat down.
Zorik, you have a means to reach out to this Dixie character.
Indeed, I have spent much time with Dixie and traveled far with them. I have bestowed upon them the gift of the Asgard tattoo, and I believe
Like
that I
mine.
may, like yours, but different. But a connection that I have with them, like connection with very few outside of the walls of this place. I will sit and meditate on this as best I can, trying to find them if I can, and possibly communicate with them to call them to us. But I may need your help to channel your energy so that my manifestation will be as robust as it can.
Of course, I would be happy to, Zorik.
So you have two options, Vajrahan. Zorik is going to make a called roll mystery.
Mm-hmm.
You may make a single die assist, or you may make a single die action. If you do an assist, it's just a pure effect on whatever the roll is. If you do the action and it succeeds, Zorik can make the manifestation attempt at decreased difficulty. So one's either, but the timing doesn't matter too much, but it does matter what type of roll you want to make. And if it's an action, it's like you're trying to invoke like alert to clear Zorik's mind for this focus.
I see.
And either way, it's a 1 die roll, you're saying, Ty?
It's a 1 die either way, but the application is different.
Yeah, absolutely.
Would I be able to, if I took an action, would this be an action that I can use a key point towards? Or would this be an action that is just a flat roll?
You may use a key point towards any roll that you typically cannot affect with primacy.
Oh, sorry, not a key point. I mean primacy. Would I be able to use primacy towards the action roll? Would it be like using lore? Okay.
It would be a regular action roll. It would not be an assist roll. That's the difference.
I will take the action roll then, because I think statistically that is in my favor.
All right. So we'll have Zorik roll first just to make sure, see if Zorik succeeds.
Okay. So I am making a mystery.
And that can change, Vajrahan. If Zorik doesn't succeed, you may decide to do an assist roll.
Sure.
Okay. Oh, one of them came out of the tray. So I have a 3-1. I'm going to bump it to a 4-1 with primacy.
Okay. So you, Zorik, begin to... Well, actually, you don't have to bump it until you see what Vajrahan does if you want to save your primacy. Because Vajrahan...
Yeah, let me see if I can get you alert.
I can always
then
do
that
it
would
after.
be decreased difficulty.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
Nope, that's a 1. So I could use...
Okay, so here's how it goes.
Ooh, yeah.
Since it was an action, it is a high failure. So you may spend primacy to avoid the potential reprisal, or I can just roll for the reprisal and you can take your chances. And Zorik...
I'll go ahead and spend 2 primacy to re-roll that.
Ooh.
Okay. All right. That's the only primacy that can be applied, but you may do that.
Yep.
Because it's an action roll. Yep.
Yep. Just going for a 4, right?
Yeah.
Now, at this point. Oh.
Floor.
Yeah, totally on the floor. Just all over. That was a 3. So not a failure, not a success.
Okay. So Zorik, you may bump your 3 to a 4 to attempt to succeed, or you may take recovery. It's not an assist. It's not assist. You have to.
Yeah, I'm gonna bump. I'm gonna bump
because Vajrahan didn't succeed on their action, which is unrelated to your roll. You bump it, and you look. What are you using something as a scrying tool?
Here's what I like to do. I'm going to use my the tattoo kit, this heirloom tattoo kit that I have that has pierced Dixie's flesh. And I don't know how this works mechanically, but what I'm trying to do is to scry on them to see where they are. But if I can, I don't know if I can use an action die to keep that going and try to manifest a telepathy to tell them to come to us. I would like to call them to us.
Your roll was just a standard success. So, and technically, telepathy needs to be within range. Your telepathy has to be within range. But I like the idea. I just don't see how it super works. Why don't we?
If it doesn't fit, it doesn't fit. But that's kind of what I was hoping to try to accomplish.
Why don't you go ahead and make a single die? Well, you have one other die because you just made 2 die roll.
Yep.
Yeah. Go ahead and use that as a single die action to try and communicate through the scry. Which, as you are looking, you're like scribbling in the air, maybe with the stylus. You are sketching a scene that shows to you Dixie is moving through the peaks. Dixie is actually, and what you see is the little Lenai wearing this embroidered gray, like a slate gray robe that's a little bit too big for them. It's dragging on the ground, but they're just marching in it, like super proud of their robe, and it's got a hood that's actually maybe it's even up on their head, and they're marching over the Palo Alto Great Peaks.
Probably keeping their head on a swivel.
Probably so. Yeah. Once in a while,
Mhm.
losing it in the fabric of the hood.
Yeah.
And go ahead and make that single die action roll.
Okay. And from a range perspective, if the scry is successful, I mean, kind of I'm in range, right? Because I'm, in a sense, I'm sort of seeing it. I mean, it might
Right,
be
we're-
stretching a little bit, but
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's stretching,
all right.
but we're going with see what you do with that.
let's rule of cool here. Come on. Oh, no, that's a 2. Can I re-roll if I spend primacy on this one?
Yes, because you have not spent primacy toward it.
Okay, so and it's 2 primacy to re-roll.
Correct.
Okay, come on, baby, let's do this.
Is that a
3.
1?
No,
Oh,
it's a
3.
3.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I will say that as you try to project your mind into this, Dixie's cloak flutters, and they stop and they look, and like, again, the fabric is falling partially over their face, and they look to the sky, and then they just march on again, almost as if they heard something. But it looks like they're heading your direction from up on
Okay.
the peaks above
Okay.
Plaque.
As I come out of it, I saw them. I saw Dixie. They're moving through peaks, and I had this strange sense that they were coming to us, or at least headed in this direction. It is good to know that they are alive and well. They looked well. They looked gleeful almost. I look forward to their energy should we cross paths again. Sif, speak up. You're whispering.
I'm also muted. I think perhaps, Zorik, if you have seen Dixie near us, I think perhaps, as Vajrahan worded so nicely, those that we need will find us. I think that's what that is. I think Dixie will be the next recruit of our faction. Because, I don't know, I have a feeling they have seen something unimaginable.
Gong, gong, gong. The bell from the high tower starts ringing out over and over again. There are shouts outside your building in the street.
That's what I mean by we're all dead. That's an alarm.
And as you pour out into the streets to see what's going on, Captain Vaxu comes running by and says, there are attacks in the markets. There are attacks on Bridge Street, and there are attacks in the sconce market. Go to the sconce. And then takes off towards Bridge Market. As you tear off through the streets, running to the sconce market, you see I'm going to change the owlbear map.
Oh!
You see a gate, a dimension, a planar doorway open near the wall of the city. Is everyone there?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This shimmering doorway of energy has opened up inside the city. And as you charge up, so I better read it to you. A series of entangling tentacles of an echo beast lash out and attack.
No!
Give me your
Ah!
combat order.
Ah!
I think Kava would charge it first.
Okay.
especially to try and distract it, to hopefully if there's any civilians still nearby that they can get out of the way.
Yes, and there's multiple of these tentacles reaching out and swatting people aside and grabbing. Kava, you run up first. Who's second?
I'll go second.
Okay, who's third?
I'll go third.
Okay. And Vajrahan.
Hi,
And
question.
Yes.
Is it a physical? It looks like on the screen. It looks like a physical, almost like a mirror of some kind. Is it something of that nature, or is it more of a
It's more of a shimmering
non-physical?
energy.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And as it shimmers, these tentacles, they reach out and lash about. And Kava, as you run up, one of the tentacles wraps around you and pulls you in through the doorway. Kava disappears into this shimmering energy. And that's where we will end tonight's session.
What?
Great time for my puppy to start puking. Awesome. Puppy. Thank you so much. Thanks.
Oh my
Thanks.
god!
I literally, that happened, and all I hear in the background goes,
Oh no, that's the worst. No,
like,
no.
no.
Oh, wow.
What?
Okay. So did the portal close, Ty?
No.
No, it's open.
Okay, it's open.
But there's this
God.
mass of tentacles pouring out of it.
Yeah.
Oh, fun.
Cool. I just barely got him outside, and I get pulled into a portal by tentacles. Love that.
Everything's going outside in Kava's world.
All right.
man.
Wow. Okay. Well, that's one way to end a session.
Almost 3 hours of, oh, look, there's a count. Let's talk about the value for staying here and having dinner and all this.
Yeah, let's get some furniture. Let's work on our emblem, the color palettes, and then
I mean, very long conversations about meditation and what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
yeah.
the role play was on point though tonight. Very freaking awesome.
Contemplations
so good.
on meditation and tentacles coming out of portals.
Yeah.
I've seen enough stuff to know.
That sounds like a book title right there.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. A book of philosophy. Hey everybody, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight and supporting us as we sort of like bumble our way into our own faction. We have a clubhouse. Apparently we've got like carte blanche to just kick butt, and our task is to protect the entire garden. I'm sure that'll go well. I'm sure the people revere us as heroes and not as total failures at some point. But yeah, thank you so much for hanging out with us. And Ty, thank you for a crazy cliffhanger of an ending. Damn.
Yeah.
Look, before we sign off for the night, let's go around the table. Let's remind people where they can find more of all the creative stuff that's going on at this table, because there's a lot of it. And I'll drop some links in the chat as we go so people can connect with you. But let's start with Kayla. Let's start with you, please.
Hello, I'm Kayla. I play Kava, your friendly neighborhood Lomplok. I am currently somewhere wrapped in tentacles. That's fun. I probably won't. I don't know. We'll see. Wish my puppy luck. He's having a rough night of things.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, y'all. I apologize for the disruption.
That's okay.
I profusely apologize. The first 2 times, I'm a horrible dog mom. I didn't even hear it. I was like, what's the? Oh no! But this one, I saw. He was like, and I was like, nah, So thank you. I appreciate everybody for your patience with that, and I love y'all. I appreciate playing with you. I'm just toss that on to the next person.
Awesome. Yeah, I hope your little buddy feels better. Echo. Let's jump next to Paul.
Hey everybody, Paul or Penborough online, everywhere, co-author of an up-and-coming cyberpunk heist-like TTRPG known as House of Eidolons. It's a modular-based system, so like literally every little piece of it, you're slapping together mods onto different weapons, onto different drugs. You can make your own drugs. You can do all kinds of fun stuff in House of Eidolons, but it's all about kind of running missions. Anyways, that's coming to Guild Superior in the near future. You can check it out at that website, kind of listed there. And yeah, it's a good time. More news and other stuff coming on that, and just so fun. Thanks again, Ty. Had a real blast leaning heavily into Vajvahan this session. Just really role-playing Vajvahan. Yeah, was a hoot. I loved it.
It's fun to be an audience member.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was awesome. Vajvahan's such a great character. And I loved the whole like the gaff, and like the bumbling around scene.
In the end, yeah, that was my favorite. That was a blast.
That was really fun.
That was really
fun.
good.
Yeah, thank you for that, Paul. Go check out eidolonsrpg.com for more information about Paul's game. It's fantastic, and we're going to be firing up right after the Nuovarden, the summer Nuovarden ends. We'll be getting into the late fall of Eidolons. I don't know. We'll figure out some marketing of some kind. But yeah, thank you, Paul. A free fall. Ooh, the Eidolons free fall. Here we go.
Pretty good. Yeah,
that is really good. All right, let's jump next to Tim. Tim, hey, I'll see you tomorrow night.
Yeah, I'm Tim playing Sif. You can find me on Discord at Barely Hanging On. I am here. I'm over at Wanderer's Haven. I'm at Adventure Slaying. I'm everywhere, and I'll be here tomorrow night with junk on my like tattoos on my face and a helmet. So
oh shit, yeah.
I do expect to die tomorrow, just for chat to understand.
Fair.
It is a completely normal part of Viking Death Squad to die, and
horribly.
And I'm a little bit squishy, so it's not going to be hard for me to die.
Yeah, it'll be fine. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Right.
I mean, the game's called The Devil's Cull. I'm sure it's going to be,
it'll be great. It'll be absolutely.
Yeah, it's going to be
rainbows, butterflies, and unicorns, baby.
There we go.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. Probably not, but yeah, I like it. Awesome. I can't wait to get into that tomorrow night. It's gonna be crazy. All right, last but certainly not least, DungeonMisterTy, the man who in a fever dream created the concept for Nuovarden, and then had the wherewithal to actually develop it into a kick-ass setting and a freaking awesome game system. And now it's available. You can get it over at DriveThruRPG. And dude, it's happening. This has been the summer of Nuovarden, and it's been freaking awesome. Ty, what else do you want folks to know about Nuovarden and yourself and the other stuff you do?
There's a lot of stuff. As I have said before, we've got 2 podcasts, kind of 3, because the dramatic audio Chronicles of Nephis has been temporarily replaced by production of the podcast audio version of this series, which is a trifecta, a trilogy, called the Bridgeway Trilogy, that is also on YouTube in its entirety for your visual consumption as well. The Adventure Slaying Podcast Interview Podcast, which we are due for a new episode soon, that is also available on there, all for free. There are downloads and stuff. If you like Nuovarden, thanks for your support. Let people know about it. Talk about it. I really appreciate it. Love the support that I can get. I think Nuovarden and the way the system was intended to be, it really shows well the way that it's being played in this stream right now. And where else can you actually combo move in a game system like you can in the Fortune system?
Yep. Speaking of which, I was gonna, before I got pulled off into the nether, is there a way that out of combat you can actually either do two manifestations yourself, or is that not plausible? If I wanted to combo wombo myself.
I think that we saw Zorik do 2 different manifestations out of combat.
Yeah.
Sweet. Good to know.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yep. And I've done 2 to myself. So.
But out of combat in specific, like out of turn order, I think might have been the question. But in any case, it's that sort of freedom that we're looking for, right? Mm-hmm. Like Zorik reaching through the manifestation to try to also communicate, that kind of thing. By rules as written, it's designed to allow for that kind of creativity within the framework of the system, and that's what we're looking for. We want to be able to do the thing without having to wait too long for our turn to come back around, which is kind of the idea, or to help when it's not our turn necessarily. So that's what you can do. And just thanks for checking it out. Thanks for being here. And Dave, thanks so much, and Cast, for being part of it and for your support.
I mean, it has been an absolute pleasure to host this game. I think we're 16 sessions in, and I'd be happy if it went 16, 32, any multiple of 4 sessions more, because it's absolutely fantastic. And I'm just going to say this. I don't want to wax too much on this. But I would say that it's a setting where everything is like discovery. Like you don't know everything about the setting as a player, and as your character, you're not expected to know everything that you encounter. So there's a lot, like there was a scene in the first arc where we encountered ice for the first time, and many of us had no idea what it was because we were in the mountains at high elevation that we'd never been to. This place is young. I mean, aside from the Lamplack, who have been here since pre-emergence, I mean, the emergence was like recent in terms of like a game setting. So anyways, it's very cool from that perspective. That's something that really hooked me when I first started learning about this setting, was like, oh, this is a place where I can be discovering things as a player and be discovering it as a character as well, and it's cohesive. So I really enjoy that. So Ty, thank you so much. There's going to be a lot more Nuovarden to be played here on Guild Superior and other places, including over at Kayla's channel, where Ty and I got a chance to do a one-shot. Was that last week? And
it was so good.
It was very good, and it's available on VOD. Go over there and check it out. And we'll be coming back on the 24th to do some more gameplay, possibly with some additional players. So I'm looking forward to that as well. So anyways, with all that said, thank you all for being with us tonight. We had a hype train, but more importantly, we had our friends around us in a safe place where we can show our love for each other and our support for each other. So take that energy with you back out into the real world, and we'll see you on we'll see you tomorrow for Viking Death Squad. It's gonna be crazy. Come on by and check it out. It might be for you, maybe not, I don't know, but it's gonna be nuts. Whew. All right, stick around. We're gonna raid into somebody. I'll find somebody to raid into, and with that
I don't know
said,
if Johannannon has started their Nuovarden series yet.
I'm not seeing
they're
them.
on.
They are.
They're on. They
Okay.
have 2 people in there. Yeah, so we should go raid them. Go drop a whole bunch.
Well, that's where we're headed. So
Nuovarden to Nuovarden.
Yeah, stay.
Yeah,
stay
they're
with us.
episode 1, The Forest's Edge.
Okay.
Oh,
Well, that's where we're headed. So stick around for a couple of minutes here, and we'll get that squared away. Thanks a lot, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow night. Bye.